Shabbat Shalom, Israel. Giving our praise to the Most High God and the Son Yahushua. With the Battle Axes of the Most High coming back to you on the First Works Friday. Officer Razatat, got Soldier Daoud right here in the cut. It's going to read for me. Hope y'all had a good, productive week, minus the wicked, Christmas or whatever the hell they want to call it. Holidays as we call it. But minus that, I hope y'all had a good, productive week. Per usual, they wearing out the saints, but, nevertheless, we're going to keep on striving and keep on, fighting this thing. Shalom, Abraham, how you doing? Everything all right with you? But, yeah, we're going to keep on fighting, man, because, the Lord said this is the condition of the battle, man, which man upon earth shall fight. Even though we got all these different type of, doctrines going out here and, like I say, these same little customs that they continue to keep so earnestly. Talking about letting, having the enemy be the avenger and enemy, avenger and enemy at the same time, man. And I'm like, you gotta pick a side, man. Like, are you gonna let these people continue to lie to you, or you gonna actually take it for what it is and actually realize that, hey, all these are just vain lies, man. Customs that's not gonna profit you anything. Trying to say that it's our King's birthday, but let you know that. When we read the Bible, it says otherwise. It tells you in the book of Luke chapter 2 that he was born around the tax season, man. Shalom, sister, Mama Mariah. How you doing, sis? We said, God, can you all right through the spirit? Same here, glad to see another Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Lamar, how you doing, But, we said without further ado, the name of the title tonight is, Are You Rooted Like a Tree? Are you rooted like a tree? Because, like I be telling little stories about me working at the landfill. I'm in like the landscaping business of it. So, I'm always cutting, whether it's grass or, trees down or whatever the case may be. And sometimes I be finding myself trying to pull them out the, out the ground. See, a dead one, you can do that. But then it'd be a few times where I try to pull a one that's still alive, still, well nurtured, got his water going and all that. It's not so easy, man. So that's what, influenced me. Of course, being in the truth, we should be like trees planted by the water, but that's, that is what influenced this class. I'm like, damn, that tree is tough, man. Like, especially when it's still, like you said, when it's still alive, bearing fruit, and all these different type of things, it's not going to be easily moved or swayed by anything. That's exactly how we should be. But I'm all right, dog, man, just enduring as a good soldier of the Lord. But the first precept we're going to get is Psalm chapter 1 and verse 3. You ever get in contact with Brother Jose, Brother Lamar? Or not yet? Whenever you get there.
The book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water.
You can jump up to verse 2.
Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
In his law do it, though he meditate day and night.
So it said, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. So if you have a daily delight, if you want to be the Lord's daily delight, just like how Christ was his Father's daily delight, then you should be meditating in the law day in and day out. Even though it may get hard sometimes, that flesh may try to overcome you and overtake you. Still, you delight in that law. You meditate in that law so you can be the Lord's delight. So he'll always be, always like look after, because he said you'll be prosperous if you do the things that he say. Says, no, I text him, but no answer. Plus go straight to voicemail. Damn, because I know you and I got real close, man. So that's why I asked, man. We just keep icing our prayers, man. But yeah, well, whenever you do, just let me know, man. But go ahead.
And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water.
It says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Just like I was just explaining, some of them trees do be planted by, water or like lake of water, rivers of water. You got some trees that's by the ocean or whatever the case may be. But like I said, even like with some trees planted by the ocean or whatever the case may be, them trees is not easily moved. They would not be moved, especially if they rooted right there and got a sturdy foundation. You ain't gonna be able to just push them things over, man. But go ahead.
That bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
That do it what?
That bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
Because we understand like a physical aspect of it or a carnal aspect of it, but we also understand the spiritual aspect of it. We should be the same exact way. And then like even bringing forth our fruit in due season or in his season. So like even when it come down to these high holy days of ours, we should always be keeping them things and doing them in due season. When it come down to the alms that we supposed to be doing, when it come down to the righteous prayers we should be throwing up, even when it come down to just teaching our people or going out to the highways and byways, actually living the life of an Israelite. These are all fruits that we should be, giving out in each season or in due season. But go ahead.
His leaf also shall not wither.
So meaning his leaf is not gonna blow away. It's not gonna be tossed to and fro in the earth, man. It's not gonna be easily persuaded by doctrines of men. Just like how a lot of our people, they already persuaded, man. They just confused. But I mean, once we, bring out the knowledge of the truth, and we tell them that they Israelites and they ain't supposed to be doing this, that, and the third, and they actually supposed to be doing this, that, and the third, they have an issue with it. Because they are the two things they always say, oh, I'm just doing it for the children. Well, this is what I've been doing. I've been doing this all my life. I'm like, so have us, like this, been in this truth. We ain't always been in the truth for, all our life. But for the time period that we've been in the truth, we realized that all that stuff that we was doing, even though we thought it was right in our own eyes, it wasn't right in the Most High God's eyes. So once we subdue our own understanding and realized that, damn, I was messing up. I thought I was doing right, but no. That's why the Lord, he said in the time of thine ignorance, God winked at, but commanded all men to repent. So we got to come back to our God. That's the bottom line of that. But go ahead.
And whatsoever he do it shall prosper.
He said, and whatsoever he do it shall prosper. So even jumping back up to verse 2, if you always meditating and the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, hey, you're going to be prosperous in everything that you do. And it may not be on a carnal aspect, like financially wise, but sometimes it could very well be that. But like, I know I was talking to one of my co-workers, and I was like, hey, if I don't never see $100,000 in my lifetime, I'm okay with that, because I'm laying up my treasures for, the kingdom. I mean, all that stuff is gonna be added to me, man. But the first thing is first is trying to get myself in order so I can be able to be worthy to make it into the kingdom. Because we already know the righteous gonna scarcely make it, man. And our righteousness got us, supersede the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, or otherwise we ain't got a snowball chance in hell of making it to the kingdom, man. So, that's something that we always just got to think about. We're not saying that you can't, have things in life. We're not saying that. You can live, I guess you could say, comfortably per se. But then again, don't get too comfortable, man, because like he said, in thy security, thou shalt be destroyed, man. So, like we said, y'all can have things in life. Y'all can have, like, y'all can have money or whatever the case may be, but don't let it just get to your head. Don't let that be your God. Don't make that be the reason why you forget to, do what you need to do for the Lord, man. Because even the Lord did say riches is not common before a nigga. So, I mean, however you want to deal with that, or like even a rich man is going to barely make it into the kingdom. It's a plethora of precepts. So, we just always got to have a just balance in them things. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 8. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
For he shall be as a tree planted by the water.
By the what?
By the water.
So saying the same thing as Psalm chapter 1, 2 through 3 was saying. Another precept or another witness of it. But go ahead.
And that spreaded out her roots by the river.
Uh-huh.
and shall not see when heart cometh. When heat cometh.
So just like how it says in Psalms, it's like whenever the heat and the sun is beaming on it, it's not gonna see when that heat coming, because it's always gonna be cool. It's always gonna be hydrated enough to not, be bothered by that thing. Because we know that the water can go, like on the spiritual aspect, goes into the understanding, being baptized and all these things by the word, of course. But go ahead.
But her leaf shall be green.
Well, what?
But her leaf shall be green.
So she's gonna steady be he or she gonna steady be hydrated, steady being having a sturdy foundation by that water, man. It's always gonna be able to bring forth that fruit. Cause just imagine if you're a tree that's not bringing forth fruit. We already know what Christ said. He gonna hew and down it every time. I mean, and, it's just a plethora of precepts that show you if a tree don't bring forth fruit, it's good for nothing. Just like with even on the corner aspect of a Christmas tree, it's good for nothing. Cause that thing is not finna do what it's supposed to do, man. You the one that's putting the gifts under that thing, man. You the one that's bound down to that. When the Lord said, "You should have no other gods before me," that I'm a jealous God, and et cetera, on that aspect of it. So I mean, and then even to add fuel to the fire, y'all chopping that thing down afterwards, and then y'all just putting it in your house. Where is it rooted at? There's no roots in that thing, man. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. But go ahead. And
shall not be careful in the year of drought. Neither shall cease from yielding fruit.
So it said it shouldn't be careful in the year of drought. So the year where we probably won't get no rain or whatever the case may be, it's gonna be all right. Because it's still gonna produce what it needs to produce, because it's already right there by the rivers of water, man. But going on to the next precept, let's get Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 1. We even talking about our King Yahweh, because he was considered a plant.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 53, verse 1. Who had believed our report?
I was asking the question, who believed the report, man? Because it's finna give a report about our King and about how he made it look, and how and the things that he did for his nation of people, man. But go ahead.
And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed?
Because he is the arm of the Lord revealed. Anything that the Most High God want done, best believe Christ is going to fulfill that thing, man, and act upon it. Because that's what he was strictly here for, to do the will of his Father, to get our wicked ass back into submission, man, with him. For those that, that it's the 144,000 and that 1/3, man. Because the Lord already knew that it was going to be a rebellious, stiff-necked type of people, man. But even within all that, just like with the other prophets, they was doing the same exact thing. And when Christ hit the scene, he was doing the same exact thing. And he basically, you could say, expounded or even did a better job at it. That's why he's considered a master teacher. But go ahead.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant.
So he's going to grow up as a tender plant. And we see, like, even at a young age, how when he was 12 years old and he was teaching in the synagogues and all that. And I'm talking about nobody ever just seen that on a planet like that, man. Or seen, an Israelite child doing that. And I'm talking about Christ was doing that thing wholeheartedly the whole time and giving a sense on it. Now, scribes and Pharisees, they may not have liked it, but at the end of the day, he was telling nothing but the truth. Well, go ahead.
And as a root out of a dry ground.
And it said, and as a root out of a dry ground. Because, again, Christ was strictly, planted and rooted, based off his Father, man. Everything the Father wanted done, he was doing that thing. So that foundation of his was already sturdy. But go ahead. He had no form.
He had no form, nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we shall desire him.
So let you know that Christ wasn't just, what you say, Morris Chestnut or what was the other dude, Denzel Washington, man. He wasn't one of them good-looking men per se. You know how that's, I'm going back to start with the women be saying, or whatever case may be, or whoever else y'all can name. But I mean, he wasn't just one of them, you know, type looking type of dudes. He was more so, he said he had no comeliness and he had no beauty upon him, man. So I mean, the scripture says so. It ain't like we just, you know, talking down on our king or whatever case may be. Because I mean, even when he come back, he coming back as a god, man. So I mean, in that day, he may very well look handsome per se or whatever case may be, but we don't know. We just have to see once he cracked that sky. But right when he walked on this planet, I mean, hey, he wasn't like fair to look upon. But nevertheless, he wasn't out here to do that anyway. Again, he was out here to do the will of the Father. So I mean, that's why even Christ was a eunuch. He didn't have no wife or no children or none of that. Yeah, I mean, and that was perfectly fine, man. Because we got brothers that's out here and sisters as well that's being eunuchs and, you know, just waiting for the kingdom. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. But go ahead.
He is despised and rejected of men.
It said he is despised and rejected of men. So, I mean, hey, and sure enough, even to this day, like Deontay Wilder said, to this day, he is despised and rejected of men. Because every time we go out there to the highways and byways and we be trying to teach our people and show our people what the Bible say or what Christ said out his own mouth, they be like, well, that's your own interpretation. Well, I'm going to just continue to do what I do. I mean, well, power to you, brother, or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, but I could have sworn you just said, my brother. What's going on, Soldier Kyle, man? How you doing? But even like I said, like, man, they say that they love God and they honor him with his lips, but their heart is far from him, man. Once we start, you know, going tit for tat, you know, to see where their mind is actually at. But it's just mouth lip service, man. And we can't be, you know, lip service in the Lord, man. The Lord wants action behind that. Are you gonna actually keep my commandments or no? Like, whether him like it, him can get, man. Lord, he's tired of playing the games, man. I mean, of course he gonna have mercy and grace upon us, but hey, after a while, that stuff do run out, man. Some people he just get so tired of, he just go ahead and take them out, man. Then you have some brothers like how our beloved brother Daniel, our beloved brother Zadok, man. I know they had the wait today. Tomorrow they have the funeral. You know, even with that brother, them were mighty brothers that was in the truth, Shalaki. And you know, and did this thing wholeheartedly, man, to the end. We already know the dead in Christ gonna rise first, man. You know, we'll see them brothers on the other side. But go ahead.
A man of sorrow.
He said a man of sorrows. Shalom, Sister Mary Houston. How you doing? You and the family? All praises. I would have been there, man, but you know, had to do a few things, man, before the sun had went down. But yeah, like he said, a man of sorrows, man. All praises, sis. All praises. But he said a man of sorrow because a lot of people don't understand. Christ was, you know, even though he was hard body, he had you know, tough skin, like a leather pork chop per se. We say like a leather lamb chop per se. But even with that, you know, even though he was like that, it still hurt him to see how his people was acting. Very much more now. Like he gonna be pissed off. Don't get me wrong, but he's also gonna, you know, be sorrowful in that day. He's like, damn. Like I was trying to warn y'all. I gave y'all warning, but y'all just couldn't shake the world. And now I gotta get you, because the most I got, my father told me to do so. And I'm like, hey, I mean, Christ, he got a clean house, man. Because we understand that judgment must start with the house of Israel first, and then everybody else get it. But man, like you said, he was like how we was talking about it yesterday. He gonna have to clean house, gonna sweep around his porch first, and then everything else is going bye too, or going into servitude, and you know everything else that come with that. But go ahead.
And acquainted with grief.
And what?
And acquainted with grief.
Because he was acquainted with grief. Because these things do be grievous sometimes, man. We'll be seeing how family be acting towards us. We'll be seeing how friends act towards us. And when we see somebody that we ain't never met, act the way towards us. We say they the best thing on the planet. F you, nigga. We say, hey, the Lord is your color. Oh, color don't matter. Yeah, we show him in the book of Revelations what he looked like and all that. They be like, man, he was white. I'm talking about, man, we gotta make some sense out of these things, man. Talking about his hair and his head was white like wool. What man got a white head and black feet, man? And so we saying our Lord is polka dot now? We saying our Lord had leprosy? I mean, if he did have that per se, I mean, it would have spoken on it in the Bible. But man, it said that his feet like it's a fine brass as if they burned in a furnace, letting you know that hey, he was a dark-skinned brother. I'm talking about hey, and his eyes was a flame of fire. I'm trying to tell you, man. But our people, they just it be simple things. It be playing into the holy, but a stumbling block into the wicked, man. And our people, they just turn a blind eye to it, man. We tired of letting bygones be bygones, man. We gotta speak upon these things. Cause if we don't speak on it, then we ain't no better than Christian pastors, man. We ain't no better than our elders or whatever the case may be. Cause they scared to speak on it, man. They want to let, like you said, let bygones be bygones. They just, ashamed and confounded about these things, man. But if you know the truth, why ain't you gonna share that with your people? Why ain't you gonna share that to the world, period? Because you got a lot of these heathen nations that's been lied to. And we out here to bring truth into the world, man. More so for our people, but also to let you know, yeah, y'all gotta get it. Even though y'all say y'all didn't know, we don't know who y'all was in y'all past life, man. So y'all gotta get it too. I mean, all we can do for you is give a word to the Lord and say that hey, he'll be a good servant. But anything above that, it's not gonna be so. Cause we the ones that gotta have next. We the ones that got next, man. Cause I'm like, and that's only fair, cause hey, y'all ruled over us with rigor. Y'all, every last one of you nations, y'all had a part in putting us into captivity, man. So it's only right that we put all y'all into captivity, man. That's why, like, last shall be first and first shall be last, and all a plethora of other precepts that's pertaining to us, man. But go ahead.
And we hid as it were our face from him.
It says, and we hid as it were our faces from him. Because that's basically, when we be sinning, when we was sinning in the world, that's basically what we did. We will have all day. I mean, sure enough, we will. But just like how whenever we was sinning, or whatever the case may be, hey, we was hiding our faces from our God, man. Because in certain aspects, the Lord, gave us enough sense to know that, y'all better than what they telling y'all. What I mean? We all had some way, somehow, we all knew of this truth, and we just had to figure it out, man. And even the stuff that we was doing, we knew it was wrong ultimately. That was that spirit that was dwelling up in you all along. But, I mean, nevertheless, we hid our face from him. But go ahead.
He was despised.
He was what?
He was despised.
And he was despised. Even though he did no sin, no guile was found in his mouth, he was still despised of men. But go ahead.
And we esteemed him not.
And we what?
And we esteemed him not.
We didn't even hold him in high regards, man. We didn't hold him in high esteem, man. But go ahead.
Surely he had borne our grief.
But even when it came down to it, he still borne our griefs, man. Even though we turned a blind eye and basically, gave him the finger, he still borne our griefs, man. All the trials and tribulations that we're going through, he said, hey, call upon him and he'll take on that load per se. But go ahead.
And carry our sorrows.
He said, and he carried our sorrows, because even whenever he was crucified, that's all what that was for, man, being that ultimate sacrificial lamb. And even right now, when it comes down to sacrifice, and we sacrificing ourselves, or presenting our bodies a living sacrifice, man. Christ did it, and he's that perfect example of it, so why can't we do it? we gonna do this thing, man. And we say that we Israelites, let's start acting like it, man. Lord ain't give us a spirit of fear, so whatever come with this thing, it's gonna come with it, man. Whether we are persecuted or put in prison houses, hey, dead in Christ gonna rise first, man. We'll be all right. We gonna endure this thing until the end. Go ahead.
Yeah, we did esteem him stricken,
Uh-huh.
smitten of God.
Smitten of what?
Smitten of God.
It says we did esteem him stricken, because we all seen him how they did him, man. And a lot of our people, we was the ones who delivered them up. And it says, and smitten of God, because God is the one who, ultimately allowed that thing to happen, but not for his destruction. It was more so for, for our reproach, man. Because we understand that in the Old Testament, it was certain sins that you couldn't atone for, man. 2 or 3 witnesses, you was out there, out of there. If you was committing adultery or if you was dealing in homosexuality, 2 or 3 witnesses, you was gone, man. But once Christ had hit the scene, hey, now we have, more grace and mercy. So brothers and sisters that may be dealing in that lifestyle, hey, you better shake that thing, man. I mean, hey, you better pray about it, fast about it, and doing all these things, man. Because we understand that spirit right there is heavy on our people. I mean, a lot of our people think it's impossible. I mean, they the same ones that be quoting Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay, well, actually act on that thing, man. And actually believe that thing, man. It's possible. Any type of sin that you may be dealing in, you can shake that thing, man. Everybody that's in this truth thus this far, they was dealing with different type of sins and they overcame it. So can you. But go ahead.
And afflicted.
And what?
And afflicted.
And Christ was afflicted as well, man. But go ahead.
But he was wounded for our transgressions.
But he was wounded for our transgression, because they did a number on our king, man. Talking about they beat him. I'm talking about to the point where the meat was ripping out of it, because I can't think of the wasn't a bull whip, it was something else I can't think of it right now, but every time like it'll hit your back, it'll tear flesh out of it too. I'm talking about to the point where he was damn near not even noticeable, man. Eyes swollen. I'm talking about, hey, it says Capt, it was something along, it's called some, I want to say a scourge, if I ain't mistaken, but it was something, but I had to go back into it. But basically they had him all swelled up, ripped up, put a crown of thorns on his head, pierced him in his side. So hey, he was wounded for our transgressions, man. But go ahead. He was spit on. I'm like, I know that, like I said, that's something I know I have to work on, because somebody spit on me. I know I couldn't take it, man. The Lord said, if it be possible, as much as lieth in you, man, peaceful among all men. But if it be possible for me right now, I'm like, I mean, I better be on the brink of death for them to get away with it. Because I know right now, I don't know how brothers and sisters may feel about that, but I know I have to work on that one. But go ahead.
He was bruised for our iniquities.
He was what?
He was bruised for our iniquities.
Because he was also bruised up, man. Beaten, bruised, just broke down. But go ahead. All right, what about now? We still buffering? I'm good to go. Just let me know. Okay. Y'all just let me know whenever it get to tripping. But go ahead.
The book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 6. As ye have therefore received Christ, Yahweh the Lord, so walk ye in him.
Do what?
So walk ye in him.
It says, as ye have therefore received Christ, Yahweh the Lord, so walk ye in him. Like we said, he's the perfect example of it. He walked a straight, narrow path, with no gall found in his mouth. So therefore, hey, I mean, how much better can it get, man? Everything that we go through as a nation of people, he set that tone and was like, don't do this, but do this. Don't do that, but do that. Or like how Soldier Ezra be saying in the song, do these. But go ahead.
rooted and built up in him. Established in the faith.
It says rooted and built up in him, established in the faith. Because if we rooted, upon Christ and built up in him, you cannot go wrong, man. I don't care how bad, your family may get mad at you, how bad, or how mad your, should I say, your friends may get mad at you, your co-workers, whatever the case may be. If you rooted in Christ and you know this the truth, and you can back that thing up 100%, not being ashamed or confounded in this thing, so be it, man. Because the Lord already let us know that a man's foes are going to be they of his own household. He's going to have people that was going to, go against the grain on us. Some of us going to rat us out or whatever the case may be. But, hey, again, that's all that what comes with it. But go ahead.
As ye have been taught. Abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Doing what?
Abounding therein with thanksgiving.
It says abounding therein with thanksgiving. And no, we ain't talking about that wicked ass Thanksgiving they got going on right, a month or so ago. About a month ago. Whatever case, I don't care. But anyways, even with that, it's not talking about that Thanksgiving. That's the destruction of our people. So why is our people celebrating that thing in the first place? But it's talking about receive with thanksgiving, meaning being grateful, being joyous about that thing, man. Being joyous that you are rooted and built up in him, established in faith by him, man. That's what the Thanksgiving is talking about. But go ahead. Verse 8.
Verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Because our people, hey, we have been spoiled, man. We are those spoils that's been spoiled. Like, we already know, like, even like something as small as the aspect of like some spoiled milk. We know it's bad, ain't good for you. It'll make you sick, man. Make you nauseous or whatever the case may be. That's the same way our people are spoiled with these philosophies and vain deceits, man. Like all these things that our people try to, follow after, never bring them forth any prosperous ways or works, man. But go ahead.
After the traditions of men.
After the what?
After the traditions of men.
Because these are all traditions of men, whether it's, birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Halloween, or New Year's, as they so-called New Year's or whatever the case may be. Like all these things is just traditions of men. Because then when you ask them, show me in the Bible where Christ celebrated Christmas. Show me in the Bible where he celebrated Thanksgiving. You're not going to find that. But you will find him celebrating the Feast of Dedication, which we had a marvelous time, man. And it was mighty. John chapter 10, verse 22 said, in Christ, he went to the Feast of Dedication and it was winter. Then you know what it was and what season it was that we celebrated that thing in. And then we already know that Christ is the Lord of the Passover, man. So I'm like, where do y'all get these other traditions from? Y'all get it from y'all oppressors, man. And even with, like we said, with your birthday, Christ never celebrated his birthday. Even when he did hit the scene, the whole reason for that was because he was our king, man. That was gifts and stuff, because he was king, king of the Jews per se. Not because it's his birthday, it's his born day. Oh, we got to get him one candle, cause he'd been born. No. They didn't have no birthday cakes, candles, and piñatas and all that stuff, man. But they did give, because like you said, you give gifts to a king. So, I mean, he was our king. He may have been a baby at that time, but hey, you gonna give them things to him, man. But that's neither here nor there. But go ahead.
After the rudiments of the world.
It said after the rudiments of the world. That's why people go wrong at all the time, because they want to be monkey see, monkey do, man. Say monkey see, monkey do. You see that monkey do it, or you like you said, you see that monkey do it, you gonna try to do it too, man. But we cannot be like this, especially in this truth, man. Even like brothers and sisters that may be in the truth, if they going off, that don't mean you go off with them, man. Cause that'll very well put you in that same lake of fire that they got coming to them if they don't repent of that thing, man. Just like how we talking about them brothers and sisters that's I don't know what congregation it is, but talking about some damn Yahweh Day, man. That was wicked, man. You over here, you ain't no better than them Israelites that was in the Greek captivity, man, with the Maccabean brothers, putting the swine on the altar, man, sacrificing swine's flesh. And that's exactly what them brothers do. And then you look at the brother that you see why he got all those health issues going on, man. Man on a breathing machine, probably got high blood pressure and all these different type of things going on because you playing with the Lord. And the Lord will very well jack you up in that thing, man. He ain't playing no games with that. You gonna try to offer up some swine to the Lord, man. That shows you what type of respect you have for your God. You don't have the fear of the Lord upon you, man. And that'd be vexation in the spirit, but hey, I'm gonna let the Lord deal with it. But go ahead.
And not after Christ.
And not after what?
And not after Christ.
So it says it's after the rudiments of this world, not after Christ, man. Yeah, that's wicked shit, man. That be, like I said, it vexed my spirit, man, when I seen that. And I'm like, dude, was really for real about this thing. And then you have, I don't even want to, but hey, the dumbasses right along with them, just accepting this thing, man. I'm like, I can understand, like, when it comes down to, certain things, pertaining to the scriptures, man. When it comes down to stuff like that, man, be having respect to the persons and all that, like, that's something totally different, man. I mean, y'all know it's wrong, but y'all still gonna follow after him, man. Blind leading the blind. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. Separated by context and his stop lying to yourself. Who is you, bro? So I'm separated by consonants and history. Stop lying to yourself. Grow up. Who is you? But go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren.
Y'all can hear the reader? Let me know. But go ahead.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast.
Be ye what?
Be ye steadfast.
It says, therefore, my beloved brethren. So that even within that, that's 2 words. Beloved, Baruch 3:36, and brethren, Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 15. That's setting the context, that's showing you that's Israel. But go ahead.
Unmovable.
It says, be ye steadfast, unmovable. Like we said like we were saying in the beginning of the class. It says, be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. It says, okay, Khan, all praise. It says, I'm Israel. So are you here to learn or are you here to scoff, man? But go ahead.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
It says, always abounding in the work of the Lord because, hey, this is our first works according to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 5. These are our first works. Yeah, we have jobs where they, serve our work per se. Like, work that you get paid for. But even with this is our first work. This comes before everything, man. We don't get paid. We'll get paid later on in life, man. And in the kingdom per se. But right now, I mean, we doing this because we have a love for our people, man. We have a compassion for our people. The Lord commanded us to do those things, so we gonna do them, man, wholeheartedly. Like we said, to the death of us. But go ahead.
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain.
That your what?
That your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Because all the works that we are doing is not in vain, man. It may feel like a lifetime, but the Lord has been speeding up the time, man. We understand that one day to the Lord is 1,000 years for us, but hey, the Lord been speeding up that time, man. We already finna, quote unquote, go into the New Year's, well, they New Year's per se, man. We understand our New Year's come between March and April, man. But, you know, when it come down to them, hey, time is steady, speeding up, man. We was just at Sabbath just a while ago, man. Just came from, Feast of Dedication. And now we have right back here with another Sabbath, man. It says, cope with no love and no logic, having love for your people is not what Yahweh shall preach, but having love for all. And was the correct message. Okay, can you prove that Christ came for all people? I want you to prove that. Give me a precept that shows that Christ came for all people. It is. I told you, Lamar. It is. Just a regular old day. Like that's Rock 33 and verse 7 or verse 8. Some of them he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them are ordinary days. That would be an ordinary day. But like I said, it's Zachary P7006 showed me where Christ said he was for all people. I mean, we got time. Come on. I mean, all the attention is on you right now. All this attention is on you right now. Give me a precept, because this is how we, study to show ourselves approved. This is how we prove up matter. Because if you can show us in the Bible, I ain't trying to hear none of your words, man. We trying to hear Bible scriptures. Bible chapter and verse. It says if God gave his own eternal son as a sacrifice on our behalf, as a forgiveness of the sins of all men, why then would he come only for your coat section, which it was established 2,000 years later? You still ain't gave. I want you to answer the first question. You the one who said it, so hey, we gonna wait on you. Talking about his son. No, he only died for Israel. And we can show you a plethora of precepts where Christ said he is only for the children of Israel, man. And then you talking about a coat. So just because we trying to keep the commandments of the Most High God and knowing that we actually are the real people of the Lord, the real children of Israel, we're a coat, which was established 2,000 years later. Like, come on. Because actually this thing was established since the beginning of time. Everything was predestinated. Because like we said, we can prove in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, 15 through 68 on how we are the people of this book. How we are the only nation of people that went on onto slavery on slave ships. We the only people that got our children took from us. We the only people that got raped, robbed, and murdered. We the only people that, don't profit off of nothing. We the only people that got police brutality going on us. We the only people that got our babies fed to alligators. We the only people that ain't got many stores or whatever the case may be. For God, everybody laughed at that man. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. John chapter 3 and verse 16, huh? Okay, what does John chapter 3 and verse 14 say? I mean, I already knew, man. That's always the first precept they go to. For God so loved the world. Because speaking of that, and that ain't nothing but the spirit. Because my next precept was, well, a couple of precepts down. We're gonna come back to this 1 Corinthians. I know y'all have time, brothers and sisters. Let's go to that James chapter 4 verse 4. Go ahead. James chapter 4 verse 4. And don't you run either. You stay right there. Because you said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Now, we're going to see what the Bible say.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God. Whosoever, therefore, will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
So why did it say that? Let's put our common, because we understand common sense ain't common. So why did it say that? If it said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, but then in the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4, it says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. So I want to hear your explanation on that. Because right here you said God loved the world. But then right here he said he that is a friend of the world is an enemy of God. So let's make some sense out of it. We'll get to Isaiah 45 and 17. Because I still want you to answer the other question too. What does John 3 and 14 say? It says God's perception of the world is different to ours. But you just said for God so loved the world, but then on James chapter 4 and verse 4, he said, you that is a friend of the world is an enemy of God, meaning the Lord hates the world. He loves the world in a fatherly way. We love the world in a sinful way. That's not what they're saying. Because it's only one world that the Lord actually loves. Because can you agree to disagree when it comes down to the definition of world? Okay, let's get another precept then. Because we ain't finna go back and forth. We finna go precept upon these things. Before you get there, let's go to Psalms chapter 90. And verse 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 90.
Verse 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 90, verse 2.
Psalms, chapter 90, verse 2, Zachary. But go ahead.
Before the mountain were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world.
And the what?
And the world.
It says, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world. So why did he make a distinct difference right there? Because I could have sworn that the earth and the world was the same thing. So we got to go back to the definition of what world the Lord was talking about in John chapter 3 and verse 16. That's why I keep asking you the question, what did John chapter 3 and verse 14 say? Can you even tell me? It's okay, you can look it up. Because I know you probably don't even know it off the bat. Okay, and what's the world? There's just two words in there. It says the earth and the world. So what's the world? Because, matter of fact, go ahead and go to that John chapter 3 verse 14. We're going to give you a little brief breakdown. I mean, unless brothers and sisters want to go into an extensive breakdown on that. But, I mean, it's going to be real quick, easy, and simple. Then we're going to get back to the class. We finna get to that point. John chapter 3 and verse 14. Matter of fact, before we go to 14, we're going to start at verse 1 to see the context of it. Since we always talk about the context and they say that we try to take things out of context, but no, we don't. John chapter 3 and verse 1. We're going to see who was talking in this. Whenever you get there.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 1. Therefore, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
A what?
A ruler of the Jews.
So it says there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. letting you know that he was the king of the Jews at that time. But go ahead.
The same came to Yahweh by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God. For no man can do these things, miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
Except who?
Except God be with him.
So this is a conversation between Nicodemus and, Christ. Both, nevertheless, are Jews. Tribe of Judah most likely. Well, Nicodemus, say ruler of the Jews. So, we'll figure out what tribe he come from. But we know Christ for sure, according to Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14, that he come from the tribe of Judah. But let's jump down to John chapter 3 and verse 14.
The book of John chapter 3, verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So right there. So who did Moses lift up the serpent for in the wilderness? Who was Moses for? Yeah, you can answer now. Who did Moses lift up the serpent for in the wilderness? What nation of people? Zachary. Mr. Zachary, waiting on you, man. Who did Moses lift up the serpent for in the wilderness? Let's go ahead and get it. Numbers chapter 21, verse 9. Okay, no, you have to put who was it? Because to our understanding, we know that the Jews, in some context, it could be talking about all Israel. It could be talking about all Israel, but overall, it was the Israelites, meaning the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That's who he lifted up the serpent for. And it's not you entertaining it. It's just we gonna touch on it. Talking about entertaining the reasoning, but is it reason? Is it entertaining the reasoning, or is it actual facts? Who he lifted up the serpent for? In the Old Testament. But go ahead, bring this out.
The book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole.
Well, jump up to verse, you jump up to verse 5. Well, you go to verse 6.
Verse 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people. And much people of Israel died.
And what?
And much people of Israel died.
So there was a fiery serpent that came among the people, and many people of Israel that had died. But go ahead.
Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned.
So they confessed they sins and confessed their faults. They were like, we have sinned, Moses. We messed up. But go ahead.
For we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord. Take heed. That he take away the serpent from us. And Moses prayed for the people.
He said, and Moses prayed for the people after they had asked Moses, could he pray to the Lord to take away that serpent? But go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent.
Do what?
Make thee a fiery serpent.
So the Lord is giving straight commandments to Moses. He's like, look, Moses, go ahead and make a fiery serpent. But go ahead.
And set it upon a pole.
And set it what?
And set it upon a pole.
So that's why you see at a lot of hospitals and on the side of the amber lamps, you have that pole with the serpent wrapped around it, because this is where they get it from. But go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Shall what?
Shall live.
Read on.
And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
He did what?
He lived.
So this is who Moses lifted up that serpent for. So going back to that John chapter 3, verse 14, because I already know you said the Mosaic covenant was done away with and reestablished through the final atonement of the blood of Yahweh. You cannot logically follow both covenants simultaneously. But tell me, are we in the old covenant or the new covenant? I'm guessing you think that we in the new covenant, but it's still things that ain't even being fulfilled yet in the old covenant. So how could we be in the new covenant? Because in the new covenant, because we'll touch on that in the book of Hebrews chapter 8 verse 8, Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. Like it said that we wasn't gonna be teaching no more our neighbors anymore. We are still going out to the highways and byways to teach our people. It said we'll be ruling, right now. In the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom be put back together. And that ain't even happened yet. So it's too many things that haven't been fulfilled yet in order for us to be in the new covenant. Because the new covenant will be the kingdom, man. But I mean, and we'll touch on that. But going back to that John chapter 3 and verse 14, because you're not getting away after it, man, with that. But go ahead.
The book of John chapter 3 verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Even what?
Even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
So it said, and as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, letting you know that just like how that fiery serpent was lifted up for the children of Israel, so must the Son of Man be lifted up for the children of Israel. Because who did Christ die for? He died for the children of Israel. Even when you read like how they had pulled earlier in the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 15. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. And that came out of Christ's mouth himself. Said, where in the Bible does it say Mosaic covenant? And that's another good point. Because ultimately it's the Lord's covenant. It says context is very important in the Old Testament. Context is important in the New Covenant, in the Old Testament and the New Testament, in the Apocrypha and all these different type of things, man. Context does not change all of a sudden whenever it come down to the New Testament. Because even when it came down to like things being fulfilled, it was certain things in the Old Testament that wasn't fulfilled until the New Testament. And then there's still things in the New Testament that ain't been fulfilled yet, and in the Old Testament that haven't been fulfilled yet, right as we speak. It says, well, your sayings, old covenant prophecies haven't been fulfilled. So tell me some prophecies. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. But no, before we even go there, it says you failed your last example. No, because I ain't done with it. Because we going to keep reading. Let's go ahead and go to John chapter, next verse, chapter 15. Well, verse 15, should I say.
That whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life.
But have what?
But have eternal life.
So who is that whosoever in that? Zachary? Let's go ahead and get that Acts, chapter 2 and verse 21. Who is that whosoever? We're gonna break these things down precept to precept. Because really and truly, even if we wanted to use that, Israel is the only ones that could be true believers. Because all the other nations, they don't care to keep the Lord's commandments. They don't care to serve the Lord, man. And we can prove that too. But go ahead, bring this up.
The book of Acts chapter 2 verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Shall be what?
Shall be saved.
Because even like, when you go back to that John chapter 3 and verse 16, when we get there, verse 16, it says, for God so loved the world that whosoever For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believed in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Meaning they'll be saved, correct? So let's go ahead and go back to that. Acts. It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Ye men of Israel.
Ye men of who?
Ye men of Israel.
Ye men of who?
Ye men of Israel.
No, that's everybody.
Ye men of Israel.
That whosoever that is talking about in John chapter 3 and verse 15, that's the same whosoever is talking about in Acts chapter 2 and verse 21. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Well, let's go ahead and keep reading. Let's go back to that John chapter 3. It says, there are nations that are Christian that have perfect law and order through the example given by Christ. So you're saying all these nations are heathens and not true believers? That's exactly what I'm saying. Because even with the word Christian, the word Christian just means a follower of Christ, but they took that word and made it into a religion and called it Christianity. Christianity is white supremacy at its finest when it come down to it. It's, yes, because the only thing, even when it come down to it, whenever we get back on top, they're going to have to either get down or lay down. So, yeah, they're going to be following our, laws, statutes, and commandments, but it's going to be by force. They are not true believers because they ain't finna willingly do that thing, man. We really going to have to force these people to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if they don't, they're going to lay down, man. But let's go ahead and go back.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have an everlasting life.
Isaiah 45 and 17.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
No, it said everybody.
With Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded. World without end.
World without what?
World without end.
So, hey, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but even when you go back to that John chapter 3 and verse 16, where it says, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have eternal life, letting you know that that world is talking about is the world of Israel, man. And I mean, there ain't no other way that you can splice that thing, because even to further, prove who the Lord is talking about and who can make it into the kingdom, Revelation 21 and 12, man. Because y'all got to deal with this. We ain't finna keep on playing these games talking about the Lord loves everybody when we know that's far from the truth. We ain't finna keep on giving our salvation and our, inheritance to other nations, man. The Lord chose who he chose, man. And that's the bottom line. But go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high. And had 12 gates. And at the gates, 12 angels.
So let's make some sense out of this. 12 gates, 12 angels. So who's going through them 12 gates? And who's passing by them 12 angels? Read.
And names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Which are what?
Which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
What about the so-called white man?
The 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
What about the Arabs?
The 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Chinese?
The 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Africans?
The 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
What about the East Indians?
The 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
There's nobody else, only the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So you got to deal with that, man. But even going back to your next question, man. Talking about the new covenant. Let's go Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. Well, matter of fact, let's go to Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. Because this is where Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8 is pulling this from. Showing you this is how we know that we're not in the New Testament yet. It says, Christ is not racist. God is not Jewish. Your coat is not special. Have a blessed day in the name of what's it? True one God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen and hallelujah. And just like that, the wicked flee when no man pursued, but the righteous stand bold as a lion, man. That's what I'm saying, man. They just can't handle the truth, man. Because Christ is, in fact, a racist. He just means it's for his people. We understand God is not Jewish because he don't have a tribe. You do understand that the Most High God and Christ is two different people. The Most High God, Yahweh, and then his son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai comes from the tribe of Judah. The Most High God doesn't have a tribe. But when it said, let us make men in our image, that was Christ and the Most High God talking. Let you know that, hey, let us make men in our image. So let you know that his people looks just like him, man. Yeah, it got too high for him, man. But hey, all praise to the Most High God, man. All praise to the Most High God for that. Now, back to the lesson, y'all. Because, I mean, because he ain't pulled down damn precept, man. That's what gets me about these people. But Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. Exactly, Proverbs 28:1. Yeah. You already said your piece. Go ahead. Go on, bye-bye. Because you know your everything you saying is just coming out of mouth, man. We want precepts over here, man. We want you to prove, debate your cause, man, through the precepts. Because we was finna go into Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8, but I mean, hey, you said you finna go, so go on bye-bye. Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro.
That we what?
That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro.
Because we can't be children tossed to and fro. Just like with, even with Zachary, man. We can't be like children tossed to and fro, man, because the average brother or sister that may have, trying to come into the knowledge of the truth, he may be able to sway them, man. But when it comes to us, that's grown in his truth and steady, abounding, as far as keeping the commandments and all that, we ain't finna be easily swayed, man. We is not finna, keep on falling for the okie doke. Just because you want to be, hand joined in hand with these people, don't mean that, hey, we finna be hand joined in hand with these people. We are not finna keep on playing these games with these people, man. Let alone with our own people. If you want to go ahead and be hand joined in hand with them, have at it, man. But don't say you ain't been warned. Because, hey, we warned y'all, man. Day in and day out, we always warning our people because we have a love for our people. Yeah, I don't know what nationality Zachary is, but if he is our people, he better repent. But the Lord gonna kill his ass too, man. But go ahead.
And carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Because we ain't finna be carried out with every wind of doctrine, man. The end already checked. His ways exposed his ways. She probably is. I was E-Hood. I don't know. I ain't. Cause I think, if I ain't mistaken, I believe it was one of y'all that was saying that he always be coming into y'all classes and stuff. But anyway, like you said, hey, we ain't finna be well, shit, prepare for captivity, Zachary. But anyways, read that again, the last part.
Carried about with every wind of doctrine.
So we ain't finna be carried about with every wind of doctrine, man. We can't. We can't be taught with every wind of doctrine, man. Say, I come back and you still talking about me. Grow up, you man, children. Yes, who's the one acting like a child? You the one that can't stay off our life. If you have a issue with what we teach, why are you studying this live? Bug out, or weirdo, whatever you want to call this dude. You damn Edomite. Prepare for captivity. But go ahead.
By the sleight of men.
By the what?
By the sleight of men.
He said by the slate of men. But go ahead.
Slate, okay. By the sleight of men. And cunning.
And
cunning,
what?
Right? Cunning. And craftiness.
And what?
Craftiness.
And hey, just like that bastard, he just crafty, man. He's trying to pull our people, but hey, that's just what's their personality, their characteristics, man, to be a cunning hunter. to be you know, trying to pull our people, man, to have our people on their side. But I mean, not over here, Mr. Zachary. I know I can already put him out, but shit, you know, it was fun while it lasted, man. A little target practice. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
So the Lord said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. So they go to all these customs, sin ultimate, man. Like all this stuff, hey, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. I was gonna pull this next, but I mean, hey, but go ahead.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So if you love this world and you love the things that it has to offer, love the Father's not in you, man. But go ahead.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father.
It's not of the who?
Is not of the Father.
So all these wicked things that's going on and all hell that's breaking loose and stuff, it's not of the Father, man. I mean, it's not of the Father. You know, that's Satan doing his job and corrupting these people, you know, our people too. But hey, you know, the Father, he is like the one that, like, let me rephrase that, he is the one that's orchestrating these things per se. But when it comes down to, you know, tempting man to do evil, he's not doing that. That's what he got Satan for. But go ahead.
But it's of the world.
But it's what?
But it's of the world.
So he said, hey, if you doing all this, you not of him, you are of the world, man. We already know how the Lord's finna, you know, do this world. He finna destroy this place, man. But go ahead.
And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
Abideth for what?
Abideth forever.
Because this world right here, the word of the Edomites, or the wicked, hey, this world, hey, it's finna pass away. And the lust thereof is finna pass away too. But the love of the Father is gonna endure forever. For how long?
Forever.
It said forever, man. So
Ever?
Forever, ever. But go ahead.
Little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard, the Antichrist shall come. Even now are there many Antichrists.
Zachary, but go ahead.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
So it's letting you know that we know what time period we're in, man. We're in the last time because we got many Antichrists, man. Even Antichrists of our own people, shall like it. Because ultimately, I mean, they try to say it's the mark of the beast and all that. You know, what, like that chip and stuff per se. But ultimately, it's just people that's, you know, saying contrary to what Christ was actually saying, man. These are who will be Antichrist. Anybody that's doing some, you know, sin and knowing it's wrong, not even trying to come into the knowledge of the truth, or even heathen nations that's going against the grain on that aspect of it. All of them will be considered Antichrist. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get John chapter 15 and verse 18.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 18. And the world hated you.
It said, if the world hated you.
If the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
So Christ is letting them know out the back. Hey, if the world hates you, if nobody's accepting you and turning a blind eye to you and treating you, you know, like you ain't their family or friend or whatever the case may be, know that the world hated me first. It started with me. When it came down to me doing the will of my Father, the scribes and Pharisees had a problem with that. The Romans had a problem with that, man. And then a lot of our other people, they had issues with that, man. But I'm like, I'm okay with that. Because like we said, Everything we doing all this in the name of the Father and His Son Yahweh. So therefore, hey, we accept all that comes with that, man. But go ahead.
If you were of the world, the world would love his own.
So if you was of the world, if you was big drinking, big smoking, big hitting all the females, or hitting all the men, or hosting the biggest Christmas parties, the biggest birthday parties, biggest Thanksgiving parties, or whatever case may be, the world will love his own. They'll love you when you're doing wickedness. But once you start doing the will of the Father, your God, the true and living God, once you start doing them things, for Him, all that go out the window, man. Including them, I'm talking about they'll treat you like you some stranger off the streets or whatever case may be, like you just some type of bum. But again, we accept it what comes with it. I mean, damn it to the point where oh well. I mean, cause that, like we said, that's how the truth do you after a while, man. That after a while, it just sticks in your skin to the point where you don't even give a damn. I mean, you try to have like a care for it or, be grievous by it. And sometimes it may, dawn on you or whatever case may be. But a lot of times it's just, hey, I want, because even like how Christ said, this is my mother and this is my father or my brother who do the will of my Father, man. Christ he set the tone on that. He let us know, hey, people that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, that's my family, man. Like I said, Sister Mary Houston, that's like my auntie. Officer E. Hood, that's like my uncle. Yeah, what you say? Officer Donovan, that's like my brother, man. Soldier Ezra, that's like my brother. Yeah, Brother Lamar, hey, that's brother too. And here, we say Officer Barakai, that's brother. Mama Ride, that's grandma. Yeah, I'm like Soldier Obadiah, that's Pawpaw, and so on and so forth, man. Hey, brother Abraham, like your Pawpaw, Negro, you brother too. Then we got cousins and all that, man. So I'm like, hey, I'm okay with that. The Lord provided me with family members, man. Because ultimately, man, we closer than to blood a lot of times, man. But go ahead.
But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
But I have what?
But I have chosen you out of the world.
It says, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen, it says, but I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore, the world hated you. So the Lord, hey, He the one who chose us, man. He's the one who talking about my sheep hear my voice. Hey, He really meant that thing, man. His sheep is gonna hear His voice, and He, like we said, we didn't choose Him. He chose us, man. He chose us. So, man, shit, sometimes you gotta ask yourself, like, damn, Lord, what did you see in me? You see me, what's the word I'm looking for? So the word I'm looking for right now. You see me worthy. It's another word, but you see me worthy enough to, do your will, to actually teach our people, to actually fight this fight. I'm like, hey, all praise for that. I still feel like I ain't worthy, but hey, I'm gonna do it. Just like with Jonah, man. Jonah, hey, for the longest time, he tried to, fight that thing, man. He was like, I'm trying to get away from the Lord. Hey, you can run, but you can't hide from the Lord, man. If the Lord has a objective for you or a mission for you or your purpose, man, hey, and He wants you to do that, best believe you're gonna do it, man. Now that shows you, like, the Lord has a lot of mercy and grace for certain people, man. Because some people, they run from the Lord here. He be like, okay, you don't want to serve me? I'm finna kill you. But then you have some that He be like, nah, you gonna serve me. Whether you like it or not, you gonna serve me. I don't know who that may be or who that may pertain to. But if y'all had some of y'all got that type of that grace with the Lord, then hey, that's good, man. Cause Lord, He gonna Lord is like, no, I don't give a damn how mad you may get, or how bad you want to go into this world. You gonna serve me, cause I can use you. Cause we again we don't even know who was in our past lifetime. I mean, yeah, the more that I know a lot of us say that when we was younger, but I mean, who's to say we would have still been in this truth, you know, or whatever the case may be, you know, with whatever age you may be at that time, man. Cause I know I'm 25, I came to it at 20. I'm like, I'll praise you for that, Lord's will. I continue to endure as long as the world, you know, steady going on. Lord, see me fit to keep on enduring and push this truth. Hey, we're gonna do that thing, man. We're gonna do it. You know, like you said, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish, man. Yeah, because you could be in the truth a year and the Lord, you know, go ahead and send his son back. And that brother may very well have many mansions, man. Or be a part of the 144,000. We don't know. But if the Lord say he see him fit to do that, we're going to do that. Same with the sister. But go ahead. Verse 19. 15, 19.
20.
No, read 19 again.
If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
So it said, therefore the world hated you. Oh, well, man. Whoop-de-doo, as they say. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get John's, well, we already put that, James 4:4. I'll put that on Zachary, man. But next precept, 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 10. We got a few more precepts, y'all. We'll be up out of here. You know.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 10. We are fools for Christ's sake.
He said we are fools for Christ's sake. Hey, I'm talking about, hey, we are fools for Christ's sake. I mean, what can we say? Because I know my, like I said, my co-workers, they be, you know, asking me questions and stuff. And, you know, they may scoff or whatever case may be. But I'm like, hey, because I know my co-worker, he'll say something along the lines you talking about. There's two people that they said the Lord would, you know, look after. And I don't know what precept we talking about. Hey, I don't even think it's a precept. It's probably just a saying. But they say it's two, and y'all probably know what saying it is. It says two type of people the Lord look after. He said his children and his fools. And, you know, I look back at them, I'm like, well, if that's the case, hey, we all some damn fools then. Because I'm like, the Lord looking after all of us. Either fools or because we his children. And you could be a righteous fool or you can be a wicked fool. Being a fool for Christ's sake, that's a righteous fool. Being an old fool or a fool of this world, that's a wicked fool, man. So I'm like, hey, and sometimes you gotta use, like, you know, I guess if you want to call it gal or like reverse psychology on that, man. I'm like, you trying to be funny and call me a fool, but hey, you a fool too because Christ is the Most High God looking out for you too. Nevertheless, you know, he is a Jake. You from the tribe of Judah, even though he don't want to admit it. But I mean, hey, that's neither here nor there. We always have a conversation because he up in age, about like 67 or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, hey, I know, hey, the Lord, like I said, Apollo's planted, I planted Apollo's water, but hey, God get the increase. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get, oh, Shalaki, go ahead, my bad.
But ye are wise in Christ.
But yeah, what?
But ye are wise in Christ.
He said we are fools for Christ's sake, but we are wise in Christ. So even though they may look at us as fools, we still wise in the Most High God, you know, Christ's eyes. But go ahead.
We are weak, but ye are strong.
So, hey, even when we are weak, we're strong because we have Christ with us. But go ahead.
You are honorable, but we are despised.
So, hey, we was honorable because even going back to the Isaiah chapter 53, he was despised, but nevertheless, he was still honored by his Father, man. Same way with us. We're despised by family and friends, but we are honored by Christ and his Father, man. I mean, and that's cool. I get that. I'd rather, you know, look good for my God and you know, our King versus being looking good for this world. Cause hey, now one of these Negroes out here got a heaven or a lake of fire to put me in, man. So I'm like, hey, or what they say, a heaven or a hell to put me in. Neither now one of y'all can put me nowhere, but the Lord can. The Lord's will, hey, we'll make it to that kingdom, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Psalms chapter 48, verse 14. Yep. I see y'all talking about y'all, know y'all been in the truth. I'll hit my 6-year mark in January, like the end of January, or late next year. Officer Hand my feet. No, I'm messing with you. What's going on? I was break high. Yeah, right.
Grandpa.
What's up, Unc? They telling me, hey, you like an uncle to me, man. Like he said, well, hey, you can be in this mud for a couple months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years. We all trying to get that one penny so we can all get up out of here, man. But Psalms chapter 48, verse 14.
The book of Psalms, chapter 48, verse 14. For this is God, is our God forever and ever.
Read that again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 48, verse 14. For this is God, is our God forever and ever.
It says, for this is God, our God forever and ever. So even even in the midst of all that, it says, for this is God, our God forever and ever. Our God forever and ever. Say it again, our God forever and ever, man. But go ahead. Go ahead.
For this is God, is our God forever and ever. He will be our God even unto death.
Even unto what?
Even unto death.
He said, for he will be our God even unto our death. Like, because, you know, he said God and then God, like leading us and guiding us. He gonna guide us even unto our death, man. Even when we pass away or whatever case may be, he still gonna be our God. Lead and guide us in whatever way we need to go, man. Whatever way you see me to see fit for me to go, I'ma go. What Isaiah say, send me, I'll go. We gonna do that thing. But let's go ahead and get 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 21. Got one more precept and then we get it low. Ouch.
Just get that.
Ready.
What's that?
3 and 21. Well, you start at verse 20.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 20. They come against us in much pride, in iniquity to destroy us.
To do what?
To destroy us.
Because they come with pride, nevertheless, much pride. Like, we already know how prideful them people can be. But it says, and iniquity destroys, because on the physical aspect of iniquity and more so on like a spiritual aspect of iniquity or a mental type of iniquity. You know, they have our people jacked up, man. Go ahead.
And our wives. And children.
It says, and our wives and our children. Go ahead.
And to spoil us.
And to what?
And to spoil us.
Because they have spoiled us, man. I'm talking about all the rape, robbing, and murder that don't happen to our people. All the spoiling, you know, putting us in prison houses and all this stuff that they done did to us. They did a number on us, man. But hey, nevertheless, the Lord, hey, he said, hey, my people, they gonna rise again. Hey, Kwame Yasharala, we gonna rise again, man. Go ahead.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
Said, but, hey, because remember, this is the condition of the battle. He says, but we fight for our lives and our laws. We gonna continue to fight. Even though all odds is against us, we gonna continue to fight, man. Thus saith the Most High God. He's the one that give us that health and strength to do so we gonna do it, damn it. But go ahead.
Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them.
Will what?
Will overthrow them.
It says, wherefore the Lord himself, because vengeance is the Lord, you know. Vengeance is his, thus saith the Lord. But go ahead.
Before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them.
Be ye what?
Be ye not afraid of them.
So it said the Lord gonna overthrow them himself. It says before our face. So we gonna see the the destruction of our enemies, man. We gonna see all these things going on. And it says, as for you, be ye not afraid of them. We understand the Lord ain't give us a spirit of fear, man. We are not afraid of everything that come with it. We gonna keep on doing this thing, man, wholeheartedly. And if we pass away in this thing, if we have children, the Lord did say, be fruitful and multiply. Huh? We'll touch on it. But like I said, if you have offspring, hey, they gonna be in your stead, man. Cause like he said, train up a child in the way he should go. When he get older, he won't depart from it, man. Just like how we got David and Solomon. David charged Solomon. You know, even Mattathias and all of them brothers, and Judas and Simon and all of them. They father, they charged them, and so on and so forth. And we just gonna, it's just an ongoing thing, man. Like we said, we don't die, we multiply. Go ahead. Go to 19.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 19. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host.
Of an host.
That's what I said. Of a host, but strength cometh from heaven.
But what?
But strength cometh from heaven.
It says, for the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. Because that's who gives, like you said, that's who gives us our health and strength. That's who, gives us the willpower to keep on fighting, man. So like we said, our people done been through a lot, man. I mean, it's probably been some of our people that has been wanting to throw in the towel, but the Lord ain't built us like that, man. When the Lord said let us make men in our image, he really meant that, man. Even like the characteristics and to be able to endure things, man. We don't endure a whole lot, and we gonna keep on enduring. Thus said the Most High God. But let's go ahead. Last little spiel, Wisdom of Solomon. We're gonna read down to 15, and then we get a law. But go ahead. You start at 1.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
And what kind of boldness?
In great boldness.
So it's then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. Go ahead.
Before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labor.
And did what?
And made no account of his labor.
It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. Because, they can go double fold. This go into Christ, and then it can go into like everyday brother or sister that's walking his walk. It says they have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Because they ain't made, like when Christ walked the scene, a lot of them wasn't making no account or like giving recognition unto the labors that he was doing. Same way with us. They don't give recognition to us. They just look at us as some other niggas on the block, or whatever the case may be. You just as much as a nigga as I'm a nigga, or whatever the case may be. Man, y'all just some gang bangers or whatever, There's a plethora of stuff that they'll just say to us. You the best thing on the planet. F you, nigga. Brother, the Lord loves you. I know the Lord loves me. He don't love you, though, because you teaching hate. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, we try to exhort our brothers and sisters so much, man, and we just get shot the finger, man. I'm like, ultimately, we understand that they ain't doing that to us. They doing that to the Lord, man, and they got to deal with that. But go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled.
It says when they see it, even when it come down to the heathen nations, when they see it, and even when our own people see it, damn. So they are the children of God. So they are Israel. Yeah, we have inherited lies, or our fathers have inherited lies, or whatever the case may be. Then, on the flip side of our own people, damn. So that nigga was telling the truth. We are Israelites. Hey, what's going on? Too late, man. Cause you should have got on when you was warned. The Lord ain't no bandwagon over here, man. Like with these sports teams and stuff, hey, if you a diehard Cowboys fan, y'all be that. If you a diehard 49ers fan, y'all be that, man. Don't be no bandwagon talking about, oh, he went to the Super Bowl this year, so I'm be that now. Cause ultimately, we some Yahweh fans, man. We gonna forever be that. But go ahead.
With terrible fear.
With what kind of fear?
With terrible fear.
Cause they gonna be scared. I'm talking about to the point where, hey, some of them gonna be dropping dead when they see the salvation of the righteous, man. When they see Christ crack that sky, we like, we done messed up. Just like how Bill Duke and Menace to Society, you know you done messed up, right? But hey, that's exactly how they gonna be in that day. But go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And shall what?
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Because they gonna be amazed. Some of them gonna be like amazed or like shell shocked, and then some, just like we said, just gonna fall to their death. Because they ain't gonna be able to take it, because they gonna be like, and then they gonna see that angry black man, like, how can you stand, you know, and just look at that? All this time, y'all been trying to deceive our people, or have deceived our people, talking about that he's this so-called white man, but the whole time, he's actually this pissed off black man with a fro, with red eyes, and with a sword. But go ahead.
So far beyond all that they look for.
So it's so far beyond all that they look for. Talking about, hey, it's gonna be something that has never been on this planet before. You think these movies, hey, they ain't gonna have nothing on what it's gonna be like in that day of judgment, man. And once our salvation come about. But go ahead.
And they repenting in groaning and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he.
This is who?
This was he. Whom we had some time in
derision.
Derision.
It says, this was he whom we had some time in derision. Because at one point in time, they did have us that's in the truth now. They did have us in a derision, man. But then, hey, gonna come a time where like even now, you can't have us in a derision no more. Especially in that day. Like, everything is gonna be laid out, man. Everything that y'all had hidden, hey, it's gonna come about. But go ahead.
In a proverb of reproach.
In a what?
In a proverb of reproach.
Read on.
We fools accounted his life madness.
It says, we fools accounted his life madness. Like look at this damn fool. Man, he just retarded. Or whatever. Okay, I hope I can say that without being flagged, but hey, look at this dude. Look at this man. Man really think Lord is hearing him. He really think that he know this Bible and all that. Whole time, that humble brother, yes, he knew the Bible. He kept the commandments. He did the will of his Father, man. Yes, he did it. But go ahead.
In his end, to be without honor.
In a what?
In his end, to be without honor.
Because they thought he doing that all for vainglory, or he ain't going nowhere. He'll go to hell before I go. Whole time, hey, he got a whole lot of matches waiting on him, man. He got a wife the Lord already selected out for him. He already got a plethora of slaves that the Lord got set out for him, and so on and so forth. But go ahead.
How is he numbered among the children of God? In his lot is among the saints.
And his what?
In his lot is among the saints.
So they're going to ask that question. He said, how is he numbered among the children of God? How is he an Israelite? By bloodline and by doing the will of the Father. We understand that all Israel ain't Israel. But those that was doing his will, hey, they going to have that. It says in, read that last part of the saints.
In his lot is among the saints.
And his what?
In his lot is among the saints.
And his lot is going to be among the saints, man. Because, hey, him being a saint, he going to be dwelling among the saints, the rest of the saints. But go ahead.
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth.
For we have what?
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth.
Because they going to be like, damn, so you telling the truth the whole time. We erred from it. We weren't even trying to hear it. We turned a blind eye to it, man. We stopped our ears. We messed up. But go ahead.
In the light of righteousness had not shined unto us.
Because hey, we them brothers try to give us some light, and hey, we put that mud under a bushel. We fanned it away. We threw some water on our light. But go ahead.
And the sun of the righteousness rose not upon us.
Because every time we try to they try to give us some sunlight, or give us like you said, the sun or the sun. Hey, we weren't trying to hear it, man. We covered ourselves up. We hid ourselves. We hid ourselves like some damn vampires. But go ahead.
We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness.
We did what?
We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness.
Said we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and what?
In destruction.
And what?
In destruction.
So hey, we did this to ourselves. We wearied ourselves in what it said in wickedness and destruction. Go ahead.
Yea, we have gone through deserts. Where there lay no way.
There what?
Where there lay no way.
Said they went through deserts, like going into like how Ezekiel chapter 34 goes into 37. Let me see that. Quote me on that. That dry bones. 37 kind. Okay, yeah. So verse 37, well chapter 37, but even with them dry bones on that. But go ahead.
But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
So hey, he that saith that I know of the Lord and keeping not his commandments is a liar, man. The truth is not in him. So they gonna realize all these things in the day of judgment. And once Christ come back, they gonna realize they done messed up. And even like we said, the heathen nations, they gonna realize they messed up. But go ahead.
What had pride profited us?
He said, what had pride profited us? Because that's something that's strong on our people, pride. They our people, hey, I'm talking about that pride be so damn bad on our people. They just can't admit when they wrong. It's okay. Like I was saying yesterday when we was out there teaching. So I hate to say that you messed up, man. Like you said, hey, however many years you've been in Christianity or was in Christianity, it's all right to leave that and start all over, man. But go ahead.
Or what good had riches without vaunting brought us.
It says, or what good had riches without vaunting brought us. So what all these riches that we had, I didn't kick you. I was Ehud had kicked you out. Yeah, I wanted you to stay. You damn Edomite. But anyways, like I was saying, it said with all these riches that we had, I mean, hey, it brought us tonight. It was all for nothing, man. Cause riches is not gonna get you into the kingdom, man. All that money that you may make in this lifetime, you cannot go ahead. You cannot take that into the kingdom, man. That's why we said we're laying up our treasures for the kingdom of heaven, man. But go ahead.
Verse 9. All those things are passed away like a shadow.
It says all those things are passed away like a shadow. So we already know how a shadow is. As soon as you get up, that shadow is gone, man. Like the wind. But go ahead.
And as a post that hasted by.
That what?
That hasted by.
So if you ever seen like a post that's in the ground or whatever the case may be, once a strong wind come by, that mud gonna fly away like it ain't never been there. But go ahead.
And as a ship that passed over the wave of the water.
It says, and like a ship that passed over the waves of the water, because, when it comes down to a ship that's going over the water, you're not gonna see the same way like how you would see footprints, if you walking in the sand. Once that ship pass on by and the tracks it may leave, you ain't gonna be able to see them things no more. But go ahead.
Which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found. Neither the pathway of the Nile in the waves.
Well, kill in the waves.
Kill?
Yeah. It's K-E-L-L. Kill in the waves. But go ahead.
Or as when a bird had flown
through the
air. There is no token of her way to be found. But the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings.
So even with a bird when it's flying, you ain't gonna be able to see. You ain't gonna be able to see the tracks of the bird is flying, man. This is how all they vain works is gonna be in the day of judgment. It's all gonna be for naught. But go ahead.
imparted with the violent noise, in motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she went is to be found, or like an arrow, or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, imparted the air.
It parted the air. Go ahead.
Which immediately cometh together, so that a man cannot
together again. Cometh together again.
Cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of the virtue. Of virtue to show.
To what?
To show.
It says the virtue to show. It says God speaks all languages. Okay. Does you speaking whatever language you may speak, is that gonna get you into the kingdom, Mr. Edomite? Because we do have some brothers that may be eloquent, what did you say, in Italian. There may be some brothers that may be eloquent in there. But I mean, not me per se. I mean, it's brothers that's eloquent in the Hebrew or whatever the case may be, which is our original language, which is the only language that, hey, we should be speaking. But I mean, we was discontinued from our heritage, so therefore, hey, do you even know any Hebrew words or Hebrew sentences? Do you even know what Kwam Yasharala means? Because like we said, we don't harp too big on that as far as our language, because we understand Christ's gonna teach us all that over again. But when he said we was discontinued from our heritage, it really meant that. But even when it come down to it, what does Kwam Yasharala mean? Because we're gonna prove a point here. What does Kwam Yasharala mean, since you speak many languages? But go ahead.
But were consumed in our own wickedness. For the hope of the godly is like dust.
It's like what?
It's like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin forth that is driven away.
That is what?
That is driven away
Read on.
with the storm, like as the smoke, which is disappeared. What's it? Dispersed here and there with a tempest, and pass it away as the remembrance of a guest that tarried but a day. But the righteous live forevermore.
But the what?
But the righteous live forevermore.
So it gave many different examples or like similitudes to how the wicked is gonna be in that day, man. It's gonna be like a shadow. It's gonna be like a shift that went by on the ship. It's gonna be like a post that don't flew away. It's gonna be like a bird's tracks or whatever the case may be. Go ahead, remix 4098. What's the question? But go ahead.
Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
So the flip side of it said, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord. Go ahead. And the care.
And the care of them is with the Most High.
It says, and the care of them is with the Most High. So letting you know, hey, Most High God only care for the children of Israel. He only care about y'all's salvation, because he's the one who's gonna give that to us, man. For those who did the things that he said. But with that, I say, no, that's it. But with that, I say shalom. Hope the class was edifying. You know, it's fed brothers and sisters spirits. You know, it was a little lengthy, but I mean, it wasn't too bad. You know, minus the, I mean, I know y'all probably enjoyed that anyway, with the Zachary dude and all that. I'm like, hey, we gonna if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. But I mean, anyways, I'm gonna answer that in a minute, remix. But like I was saying, hope the class was edifying, you know, hope it, you know, uplifted y'all spirits, you know, to keep on striving, you know, continue to have, make sure that y'all, you know, rooted in this truth, man, or rooted like, as a tree, as the title says. You know, I know we always talk about the GoFundMe's and the Cash Apps. Those things are being greatly used for the building of a nation, building of a kingdom. You know, like we said, lost our brother, beloved brother Zadok. He have his funeral tomorrow. I mean, brothers and sisters, you know, if y'all in town or whatever case may be, or however we may do it, I mean, if we can go, you know, show our support for that brother. Or, you know, just show our, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess show our grief or whatever case may be, or condolences, that's the word I'm looking for. You know, because like I said, brother was a mighty brother. Somebody did the work to the fullest, man. But at the end of every class, we always bring out the law. Tonight's law will be Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 3. You dumbass Edomite, we have jobs. We understand what the scriptures say. A man don't work, a man don't eat. So try again, Zachary. We have jobs. We just don't work on the Sabbath. You know, we get them days off. If we get that day off, we gonna get it off, man. But oh, Shalak, before we get that remix, you said, okay, it's God in the heart of the devil. We'll put it like this. Satan is a complete employee to the Most High God. So whatever Satan want to do or the devil want to do, he has to go to the Most High God for it. Prime example that we always pull out is in the book of Job. The Lord, you know, the devil or Satan had to go to the Most High God to, you know, basically tempt, you know, Job, Shalaki. And Most High God said you could do anything to him but kill him, save his soul. So, you know, that Satan did everything he could to Job. But the only thing he couldn't do was kill him because the Most High God told him not to. So the job of the devil or Satan is to deceive the world. So he's a complete employee to the Most High God, if that answers your question. But go ahead and bring that out.
Leviticus 26 and what?
26 and 3.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 3. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and...
Shalak says, so he is. I mean, you would say that per se. Yeah, you would say that because, I mean, you have good angels and you have bad angels. The good angels gonna, you know, be the ones that's, you know, always looking out for his people. You have bad angels that's gonna, you know, tempt people. Did it freeze still? Is you able to remix? Is you able to see now? Remix. Okay, so what I was saying was even like how it was saying with us, where them angels that fell from their first estate, it wasn't saying that the angels actually got cast out of heaven. That's what it was saying. It wasn't it was more so saying like us that fell from our first estate, the Israelites at that time, you know, saying that they fell from their first estate of being gods. Because like even like how it says in Psalm chapter 82 and verse 6, we are gods, but we're going to die like men because we fell from our first estate, because originally we were supposed to be immortal. But when Adam and Eve did what they did, that's what caused us to die like men. So even like with the angels being cast out, no, that's not the interpretation of that. that's not what that was going into. So every angel that you may see or hear about, including Satan himself, is all they all employees. But who is this? It says, prove it. And no, Negro, TZ 1434. No, Christ is our King. No, I'm not no Christ now. I'm Christ's kinfolk very well, but when it comes down to actually being the King, no. That's what we mean by the damn Antichrist. That's because a lot of Christians, they ain't gonna tell you that, and they ain't finna let you know the truth of it. Cause they, like you said, they ashamed and confounded and scared of what people may feel about them. Us over here being Israelites, because again, this is not a religion. This is our heritage. This is the customs the Lord, the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us. This is all this is. When you read throughout the Bible, you ain't never gonna see no type of religion the Lord gave us, man. Because the word religion comes from the Latin word religio, which means to bind up and to constrain. And that's what, caused our people to go off in the first place, because all of them are man-made religions. But when it comes down to this Bible and our heritage, that's what the Lord gave us. Like when you read the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, chapter 17, verse 11. But yeah, they ain't finna, like I said, talk about that. Because they don't have no understanding ultimately. But, that's neither here nor there. But read that again from the top.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 3. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them.
And what?
And do them.
It says, if you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, because that's the most important part of it. We got to do these things. We can't just talk about them. But go ahead.
Then will I give you rain in due season.
It says, then I will give you rain in due season, letting you know that he's going to give us, because it can go into it's double fold. Just like how Job 11:6 say. But when it says, then I will give you rain in due season, it can go into actual rain that it's going to give you, or it can go into like the understanding of like you being that spiritual tree on like how it's going to speak on. Like giving the understanding or that water, to you. So you can have be watered and established. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the land shall yield her increase.
So it says, and the land shall yield her increase. So the land is gonna yield its increase once it gets that water, because our body could be considered a land as well. But go ahead.
And the trees of the field shall yield their fruit.
So the trees, it can go into like a literal sense of actual trees, or it can go into us being those trees of the field, because we understand that the world can also be called the field. It says shall yield their fruit. So those trees, those men that's actually doing the works of the Lord, they'll yield those fruits in due seasons if we keep his commandment, walking his statutes, or say walking in the statutes and keeping his commandments, and doing them. So let me see what other questions they have before we get up out of here. And that's the point where you mix, like, the Bible don't have contradictions. Men contradict the Bible. But once we open up this book, because first and foremost, we got to be keeping the commandments to get the understanding of the Bible. Not saying that we had a full understanding of it, because ultimately, if somebody had the full understanding of the Bible, Christ won't have to come back and teach us all over again. Or, teach us what it is and what it ain't. But nevertheless, when it comes down to contradictions, there ain't no contradictions in the Bible. Men contradict. But it said, which was established through an apostle and led to the foundations. So the Bible, you are reading this thanks to the Catholic Church. Because even before the Catholic Church, we had this book. But, the Catholic Church, they try to take things out of it. Because in the 1611 King James, by the way, King James was a so-called black man that feared the Most High God. not that white homosexual that y'all have portraying him. Just like, hey, y'all got that white homosexual portraying our king. But anyways, they had some of the best scholars to translate from Hebrew, because the original text was Hebrew. Went from Hebrew to Greek to Latin to now English. So even when it came down to that, he had some of the best scholars to translate from Hebrew to English. Then they even took it to another set of people, and then that was even like more educated on like the words and the translations. Then they even took it to another group of people that was even more eloquent in those in the language, to get the best of the best translation. So that's how that came about. It wasn't because of the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church, they the same ones who over time took the Apocrypha out of it. No. Israelites wrote the New Testament as well. You said the Lord gave, like in the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 11, the Lord gave the word, great was the company of those that published it, Shalaki. So, but I mean, Zachary, tomorrow you can get on, says, give me ancient Hebrew manuscripts of the New Testament. I mean, what's the point? Well, you're going to be able to read it? Well, if you had common sense, you'll know that the New Testament wasn't written, back then. Even when Christ was teaching, he wasn't teaching out the New Testament because it wasn't fully wrote down yet. So now, yeah, you're going to have the New Testament and the Greek, man. He was teaching out the Old Testament before the New Testament was even written of. It was written in Greek because that was the captivity that we had, went through before we went into the Roman captivity and all the and American captivity. So that's what that was about. But I mean, but even if you translate it from the Hebrew to the English, it's not gonna change, man. Or from the Greek to the English, is all the stuff that's written in here. It was written for a reason, man. And all that stuff is gonna revert back to Israel still getting salvation, regardless of how you may twist it around. It says, "Oh, you're a Nazarene." No, I'm not no Nazarene. Now we got a brother that is, taking the Nazarite vow right now, but not me. It says, "But if the Lord disciples preach the gospel to Edomites, then what was the point of your whole message?" They did not teach to the Edomites. Them Gentiles that it spoke of, or the Greeks that it spoke of, was Israelites that was in a Gentile state of mind. I mean, that's what you want to say, because my whole thing is, you say the Edomites wrote the Bible, but if that was the case, how come throughout every verse that you can read pertaining to Esau or the Edomites, it's always the sudden destruction, saying, prepare slaughter for his children. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For after he would inherit the blessing, he was rejected, though he sought it carefully with tears. And so many other precepts. You have to answer that, man. Esau or the Edomites are going to get destruction brought into them. They're going to get destroyed, man. Where you think I just quoted from? Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16 or verse 18, reading on down. Where you think Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9 through 10 is from? Same thing it was saying in the Old Testament, the same thing it's saying in the New Testament. They still gonna get destroyed. But even going back to to your well, your point about Paul writing to the Greeks. That's because we were scattered abroad. We were scattered in Greece. That's where the Apocrypha comes in at, in the book of First and Second Maccabees. That was during the Greek captivity, because when I asked, I'm like, you wouldn't even know anyway. But you have all these different type of captivities. But then when you read about the Greek captivity, where's the Greek captivity in the Bible? You ain't gonna find it in there because the Catholic Church done took it out. This is what this book is, the Apocrypha, which means hidden books. This is the book that was took out, and this is where our Greek captivity come in at. So when it's talking about neither Jew nor Greek, so is Jews and Greeks the only people that's that the Lord made, or did he make 18 nations, man? Everybody was not a Jew and everybody was not a Greek, man. So what about the Hamites? What about the Ishmaelites? What about the Moabites, the Ammonites, and so on and so forth? What about all of them? But in that context, it's saying neither Jew nor Greek, meaning it was a context in that. All people in the Greek captivity that was Hellenized, because if they professed themselves to be a Jew or kept the customs as that they was keeping, you know, thus said the Most High God, if they was found doing those things, they were put to death. So, but I'm finna get ready to get up out of here. I'm gonna answer your question remix, and then if you have any other questions tomorrow, you feel free to you know, hit the comment section or the group chat, because I know Captain Yahri, he'll be teaching tomorrow. Says, so do you think Yahushua is God? No. Remix. And I'll get this precept for you to show you that, and it's just one of the many precepts that to prove that they're not the same people. Yahushua is one person, which is Christ, and then the Most High God, Yahweh, is the Father. Two different entities. So this is the book of Proverbs. Because see, the Trinity, that's false. They all try to say that the Most High God, you know, Christ and the Holy Spirit is all one person. That's the Trinity. No, he's not. No, that's not the sense on that. When it says they are all one, that means they are all on one accord. But this is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 4. Who had ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who had gathered the wind in his fist? Who had bound the waters in a garment? Who had established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell. So if it's saying what is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell, I mean, how can they be just one person? That's no. When it says they're one, that means they're just on one accord. And I'll give you another one in the New Testament. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So letting you know that Christ is over the man is over the woman, and the Most High God is over Christ. So again, how can the Most High God be over himself or be under himself? Gotta make some sense out of it. Or even with this one. I say I'm gonna get up out of here. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110. Yeah, you can say that. Was God speaking through Yahushua? Yeah, because whatever Yahushua did, his father had spoke unto him and told him to do so. Christ's main objective was to do the will of his father. So the Most High God, whatever the Most High God spoke, Christ fulfilled that thing and did it. But this is the book of Psalms, chapter 110 and verse 1. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. So here's another one. This, because we understand that David is the one who wrote the book of Psalms. So this is what David said. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. So this is the Most High God talking to Christ, telling Christ to sit at his right hand and to make his enemies his footstool. So how at any given time can you say that Christ and the Most High God is the same people? How do you interpret the beginning of the Gospel of John? Well, John chapter 1 and verse 1. Let's get there. Nah, I wouldn't say a possession per se. It's more so Christ, because a lot of people don't understand that Christ was there with the Most High God since the beginning of time. The Most High God made Christ, and then he had his son, make everything else. So that's how that went about. So Christ is the one who made, the earth and everything else that came about. Most High God ain't never had to get off his throne. He just spoke it, and his son fulfilled it. But if this what you talking about, seeking to find, John chapter 1 and verse 1, in the beginning was the Word. So we know that Christ was the Word made flesh. It says, and the Word was with God. So Christ was with the Most High God. And the Word was God. Because the Lord, the Most High God called Christ a God. He's not the Most High God, but he is a God. Just like how we are gods. We are lowercase g's, like how I was saying in the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 6. But I'm going to get there for you. Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 8. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 8. But unto the Son he said, thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is thy scepter of thy kingdom. So this is what the Most High God said unto his Son. He said, but unto the Son he said, thy throne, O God. So Christ is a God, but he's not the Most High God. Just like with us, we are not the Most High God either, man. We gods, but we're not the Most High God, because the word God is just a title. But when it comes down to having a hierarchy and all that, that's what that is. What you don't understand, Remix? Which part of it? Not if you saying that they the same person. Because y'all trying to make it seem like the Most High God is a schizophrenic, man. When y'all be saying that. You said Yahweh Shah always existed since the beginning. Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you that. Okay. Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 23. And then I'm going to go into the New Testament and show you as well. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 23. I'm going to start at verse 22. Book of Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 22. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounded with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundation of the earth, then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. So this is showing you, this is basically Christ talking and let you know that he was with. That's why I said it in verse 30 again. Then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. So while the Most High God was basically preparing all these things, he was basically giving the orders for Christ to eventually, go ahead and act upon these things and make these things. That's why he said before the earth was, before the foundations was set up, before the waters, didn't pass his commandment, before the fields and the highest part of the dust of the world and all that. That's what that's basically what it was going into. It says you said I was existed since the creation of the world. So does that make sense? Remix? Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's always been that way. The Most High God is the Father, and Christ, or as you call him, Jesus, is two separate entities. Most High God is the Father, and Christ is the Son. The Most High God never had to get off his throne. All he had to do was speak on it, and Christ performed those things. I'm going to get you another precept in the New Testament, the book of Colossians chapter 1 and verse 16. Did you understand that, though, on the book of Proverbs that I just brought out? No, I'm an Israelite. That's what I am. But this is the book of Colossians chapter. Okay, what part are you not so sure on? Because that's why I read back on verse 30 of that Proverbs chapter 8, when he says, again, Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 30, then I was by him. So this is Christ saying he was by the Most High God, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight. Because remember, Christ was always delighted to do the will of the Father. He was out anytime the Father wanted him to do something, he did that. It says rejoicing always before him. But going to Colossians chapter 1 and verse 6, we get straight to the point. Verse 15, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature? For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. So this is also talking about Christ as well. Because even when you jump up to like verse 12, giving thanks unto the Father which had made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who had delivered us from power of darkness and had translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. So this is the context of it, of showing you who this is talking about. This is talking about Christ. It says, who is the image? Because remember, Christ looks just like his Father. That's why he told Philip, he said, if you seen me, you seen the Father. Now, he looked just like his daddy. But he said, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature? Because Christ was the firstborn of every creature. Because Christ was basically the Most High God's first creation, per se. When it come down to his image, on like how he looked, and how the Lord created him first, so he could create everything else. Of course, by the decree of his Father. It says, for by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. Because ultimately, the Yahweh, or the Most High God, he's going to give dominion and power to his Son. No. I mean, unless you include us, we are gods, but we right now we gonna die like men until the Most High God send his Son back. And then once he sent his Son back, we still have to go into the wilderness and have a day of judgment. And then those that make it into the kingdom, we're gonna get our godly bodies back and all that, and we'll be living forever. Meanwhile, the other nations, they'll be in servitude to us forever, you know. So that's how they go. But with that, I say shalom. And like I said, Remix, you can you know, come back and ask questions tomorrow because we'll be right back at this thing. Captain Yahri, he'll be the one doing class. But shalom, family. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Shabbat shalom.